Xbox versus PlayStation, Call of Duty or Battlefield. Within video games and their fan bases, there's always been a polarizing conflict over which of two similar items is superior. Today I'm going to look at perhaps the most polarizing debate of all, the fight between consoles and PCs, and which is better for you. If you search for console versus PC, you'll find hundreds of videos, articles, and debates. Many have heavy bias towards the author's preferences, only looking at evidence that benefits them and their favorite system. I'd like to distance myself from that sort of bias by stating my criteria straight off the bat. I'm going to be looking at three in this video: performance versus price, ease of use, and experience. I do want to get another thing straight though before I get into it. This is less of a look for which system is superior overall, and more of an analysis to help you, the entry-level gamer, find out which system might be best. I think the perfect way to begin is with some cold hard facts, so let's jump into the price to performance. I'm going to be using the average price of a console, around $300, as the price of both systems. On the console side, you'll be playing at around 900p 30 FPS at low quality console settings. With a $300 PC though, you can hit 1080p about 30 to 60 FPS with high settings in most games. Again, the PC pricing is a bit finicky, but it is possible with a bit more work to get an even less expensive and more powerful computer if you successfully deal hunt and use sites like Craigslist and eBay to get heavy discounts on used parts. In this section, I believe the PC pulls ahead, because depending on how much work you put in, your computer can get a lot more powerful for the same amount of money. A plethora of lower-priced indie games and no subscription-free multiplayer also gives PCs that final finishing move to beat out consoles here. All that talk of parts and deal hunting seems pretty difficult though, right? The next section of criteria I have for evaluating the two gaming systems is ease of use. With a console, things are simple. You choose which console you want, pick it up at the store, bring it home, and plug it in. It's as easy as that. There's no drivers to install, no part compatibility to verify, nothing. It's one and done. Some reviewers who have looked at the subject claim that building a PC isn't that hard, that it's a welcome challenge. I will agree with the latter point, but not the former. Getting a good PC set up for gaming is difficult. When I first started building computers, I was eager, but hopelessly lost in the maze of part numbers and types. It was only through hours of research that I even began to know where to start. You have to compose a parts list, check to make sure they're compatible, wait for the parts to arrive, and build your system. While it is certainly a good challenge for someone like me who really enjoys building computers, it can be a bit trying for someone who just wants to play video games and wants to play them now. Consoles certainly pull ahead here, as their simple setup and even simpler UI make them far easier to use if you only want to play video games. The last component of my evaluation is the experience you can get while gaming. For some, where money and time are of no consequence, the deciding factor is the experience that you can have while playing your games. While PCs excel in a solitary experience, consoles tend to steer the experience more towards a real-life social one. And here's what I mean by that. With PCs, most games can have one person per computer, even though you can play together with sometimes hundreds of people at the same time online. Over on consoles, there's a much heavier emphasis on local multiplayer games, which have sometimes as many as 8 people to one console. Back to PCs, however, you sit much closer to the screen, immersing yourself in whatever you're playing. This, in conjunction with the nicer graphics, make for an experience where you can just lose yourself for hours. On consoles, where you sit farther from the screen and the graphics aren't as nice, the game itself is less of a focus of experience. It's more focused on the time you spend with your friends. This is where I can't really say which one is better overall, but if you're looking for a system where you can just surround yourself in a fantastical world, I would go with PCs. If you're looking to kick back with your buddies IRL and have a fun time with them next to you on a couch, consoles are a much better choice. So now it's time for the wrap up. Depending on what you value most, you should look at this guide and pick based on that, but keep in mind that even though you might pick PC, you can still play games that have people next to you in real life, and likewise, it's still possible to immerse yourself in a console game. Just because one system does better in a certain criterion doesn't mean that the other can't perform there at all. That out of the way though, if you're looking for low-cost immersive experiences while gaming, PC is the best choice. If you're looking for easy setup and something to do with your friends, consoles are the way to go. Alright, thank you all for watching. If you've got any beef with what I've said, or if you have any argument against mine, throw it down in the comment section below. I'm sure others will have fun tussling over which system is best. Make sure you like this video, and subscribe if you haven't already. Bye-bye!